We back with another video coming at you from chooseyourrelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So, but before we get started, I gotta, split my screen. Gotta, uh-oh. Yeah, split my screen real quick. By the time I'm done doing this, people should be on.
They coming, man. They know when the cooking's gonna start, yo. You know they hungry for it, hungry for the knowledge.
Yeah. 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 So we back, my man Knowledge in the house.
Going on, baby. We back. You know how we do.
Yep, the Super Bowl is over.
Yeah. Oh man, that Super Bowl.
People, hey, we can focus now.
Yeah, right.
Y'all done got your party. Y'all done got your party over.
We just finished celebrating up here, Shark Game. Just finished.
Yeah, I can imagine. You know. So P.S. and by the way, share this video, like this video, and if you like this video, you probably want to check out my Patreon. It's patreon.com/sharp game. So a lot of people online, mainly a lot of guys, but the majority of people that follow me is mostly guys, and they leave a lot of comments, and they're angry. It's like a lot of guys are bitter. I mean, women are bitter too, but
Mm.
you know, most of my followers are guys. So we can talk about women. That's a story for another day.
Right.
But a lot of guys are mad. They had bad experiences with women. Maybe they in a bad relationship right now with a woman. Who knows? But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm with a MGTOW. I'm with some other, I don't know, some other community." I don't know anything about these communities, but I don't think the alternative is to become a hermit and
No.
just say, "I don't want nothing to do with no woman."
No, no, not at all, not at all. You know what it comes down to? It comes down to self control. See, dudes that say that oh, I celibacy, I'm not gonna be with no woman or whatever. Those are the kind of dudes that can't control themselves. You know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of dudes that the only thing on their mind is sex. You know what I'm saying? Is women. They're chasing the pussy pretty much. Because that's the only explanation for something like that. Because if you got control over yourself, you're not gonna let stuff like that move you.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you have to start to see things for what it is, not the way you want it to be. And you have to start to see how the nature of women. It's like most guys that I know, as soon as the woman start to do anything outside of what he deems as a woman, or at least his woman in his eyes, she out.
He's out of there.
It's like some people will say guys are simple. I don't think most guys are simple. No.
No.
No, I don't think most guys are simple. I think most guys are like have their ways of looking at things, and it's not wrong with that. But that doesn't mean that most guys are simple.
Mm.
I think like I mean, women have their way of doing things and seeing things, and I think most women are kind of like all over the place.
Mm.
They basically have different relationships with every guy, and they'll put up with certain things based on who the guy is, and but with the other guy, they wouldn't dare put up with that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
And that's what most guys don't like. They don't like the favoritism. They don't
Mm.
like um, the double standard. And I used to have a hard time with that too. But as I got older, I said, well, hey man, look, all I can control is me.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like it's kind of like this, like me, to this day. When I meet people, and let's say we've been friends for a long time, right? Now in my mind, I don't want to let them go. I want them to be friends. I want to be friends. I want to have relationships with them forever, right?
Mm.
That's
Nice.
I think that's normal, but it probably ain't gonna happen.
It's true. Now with the mindset today, man, of most people, no way.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna happen. I want it to happen, but is this person gonna be around 10, 20, 30 years? Probably not.
Oh.
And it ain't a lot of times it don't have anything to do with you. It's a combination thing. It could be the, the income situation or job, or could be the environment. Um, you might have to leave and go to the next town for your job, or vice versa. Or it could be they might get married. Hey, who knows? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. No, that's 100% true, man. And another thing you said before about how women treat, every guy different. That goes back to saying where like if a girl rocks with you, the less restrictions she's gonna have. You know what I'm saying? Because women base a lot of things on feelings. So if she's really feeling you, all those other guidelines and rules that she had are all out the window. You know what I'm saying? It's all on if she's
Yeah,
really feeling you or if she's not.
exactly. Look, women, they do the choosing, but guys they take the offer. And this is
Mm-hmm.
how it is. It's like let's look at some of these celebrities. Let's take Tom Brady
All right.
and his wife, right?
All
Do
right.
you really think she started hanging around him in the beginning and started laying out the law and all these rules? Come on,
Mm-hmm.
man. You really think about that? No.
Not at all.
I don't know how they met, but I know when she met him, she wasn't coming through that door talking about she want a man for this, she want a man. No, no, none of that. She submitted.
Exactly.
and this
Exactly.
and this is what happens with a lot of these guys of high status. Well, you only got to be a guy of high status. It could be a guy that a woman might have high interest for. She ain't coming through that door talking about you got to be like this, you got to be like that, and she's on her she best behavior when she's around him. Now she might not be on her best behavior when she's around those other guys,
Mm-hmm.
but when he's in the building, she's on her best behavior, and that's how it is. But a lot of guys that maybe they might not be of high status, or they might be around a woman with low interest. They'll see a guy, that's getting a lot of love from a woman or whatever, and they'll get jealous. They'll be like, "Well, how come I can't get girls to look at me like that, or treat me like that?" I said, "Well, hey man, You get your turn.
It, it's all about your personality, who you are. You know what I'm saying?
I
How
was,
you act and your
I was
aroma
like,
is what's gonna bring in. You know.
I was like that when I
Hmm.
was young. I'm talking like 18, 19, and the other dudes was like 24, 25 when I was in college, and I was like, yo, these dudes got all the girls. So I'm the new guy. I'm a new guy. I'm
Hmm.
18, 19 at the time. They 20, 21, 24. They play football, basketball. So I'm just there ch- chilling with them, and I'm getting girls by default because I'm hanging with them.
Mm.
But they getting all the attention though. These girls know them by name. They don't know my name. So
Mm.
I'm like, I didn't start hating on them. I'm like, okay, I'm a new guy, first year. I really don't know shit, but I'll get there. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to start from somewhere. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You gotta build yourself up. You know what I'm saying? That's the number one thing. You gotta build yourself up, and then everything else will fall into place. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say just focus on getting the money and don't worry about the girls, because once you get the money, the girls is gonna come by default too. So that's all that it is. You know what I mean? Those dudes, they play football or whatever. You know, they the jocks. Everyone knows them. So yeah, and it's probably crazy because probably about 3, 4 years after that, they probably fell off sharp game.
Yeah. See that they fell off because they misused the money.
Mm.
Instead of using the money to build themselves up, I mean, invest in themselves, invest in the whatever else that's an asset. They start flashing.
Hmm.
They misuse the money. So when the money gone, all the girls gone.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
See, that's what happens. That's pretty common for young dudes, though. That's pretty common.
Oh,
Not unusual at all. But they don't teach about money in schools. So unless you go to a private school, something like that, or Ivy League school, something like that. But other than that, they don't teach. Money's not really taught in school. So it's like people just get it and spend it.
yep.
But
Exactly.
a lot, but the main reason why a lot of guys are upset is because a lot of those tricks they used to use don't work no more.
Mm.
Just like a lot of tricks a lot of women use don't work no more. Just like a lot of the tricks that they use in the economy don't work no more.
Yep.
Because people get smarter. I mean, you can't. I mean, the dumbest person, if you're not gonna be able to fool them all the time. So,
Exactly.
that's really what's that about. A lot of people don't want to change. They just want to keep doing the same thing because it's been working for, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And now, the economy has changed. It has a lot to do with how people behave
Hmm.
socially. And women are starting to get more jobs, more opportunities. The internet is opening it up. So a lot of women are kind of looking at guys like, well, you know, I don't have to settle no more. I can go I can go for the top guy. And the
Mm.
top guy ain't necessarily the guy that they grew up next door to. This is why a lot of guys are upset because now the guy that's next door, she looking at him like, well, you know what, I know I ain't all that, but I can still upgrade from Bob next door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's that type of thing going on now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man, and it's crazy, man, that like it's crazy you see that, but you see that all the time. You know what I mean? Women just like, you're right. Like, yeah, I could get with this guy, but I know I could get with this guy, even though we ain't got nothing in common. I don't know nothing he's about. I'm not with his program, but I know that, he's got it like that and he's looking at me, so I'm a
Yeah,
go.
yeah, exactly. And you have to, as a guy, you have to understand women like being with the top guy, or at least I'd say the perception of the top guy. You know,
Yeah.
so that's just how that is. But a lot of guys, they have a problem with that too because they think a lot of guys look at it like if I'm educated, got a decent paying job, got a car, that somehow women are just supposed to lay down and roll out the red carpet. But it doesn't work like that.
Mm-mm.
This ain't 1975 or the 60s. That's
You gotta do,
over.
you gotta do more than that, man.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of women be on that stuff too. They be talking like, okay, if I dress nice, if I talk good, the man are just supposed to, I don't know, just be all over me. A lot of women are on that too. No, that's not working as well as it used to, right? And they be like, yeah, you're right. It ain't working because I said it because the young girls down the street. You can't compete with them young girls. Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
If you 35, she 25. Uh-uh.
Not happening.
Nah, because I told her, I said, hey, I don't know no 35-year-old looking for a 35-year-old woman. Uh-uh.
True. True.
I'm not even doing that. I, I'm not trying. Yeah, I'm in my 40s. I'm not looking at no 40-year-old woman.
Mm-mm.
No.
You know what it is, Shaw Game? It's because once women hit their 30s, man, they really set in their ways. You know what I mean? They're not gonna be open to really much game or nothing. Whereas if you get like a younger girl, she'll work with you. She'll listen to what you got to say. But 30 and up, forget about it.
The younger girls is fresh.
Yeah, exactly. They reasonable. Them older girl, they don't want to hear that. No, 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 no. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, them older women, man, it take them a while to get started in the morning. A lot of people don't, don't know that too. The older women, man, got all kind of shit going on. I'm
Yeah,
like, damn, you alright?
they got
all the pills,
appointments.
all the damn pills in the damn cabinet.
Oh man, they got like 2 or 3 appointments that day. Appointments? What? I thought we were going out
Yeah,
today.
they gotta go to the doctor every 60 to 90 days. I said, oh God, man,
You
you
know?
sick? Shit. You know, all these older women got a rough time, man. Because a lot of them ran themselves raggedy when they were young, and now that
Mm,
shit caught up with them,
yep.
and they had thyroid problems, uh, cancer, high blood pressure. Some of them was popping antidepressants.
Dang,
Uh, yeah, man, I'm talking women in the 40s, early 40s.
that's
Some
crazy.
don't even make it. They don't even make it to 40 without getting sick. Without getting sick. So, that's one reason why a lot of guys my age ain't really rocking with them older women. Women in age bracket like that. And plus a lot of these women have kids. That's in
Yeah,
the,
man.
that's in the 40s. They either a lot of them got divorced. Now they got kids. Some of the kids is over 18, but not many.
E-
Not so
Even
many of them.
even for my age bracket, man, you know what I'm saying? 30, man, like, right before 30, 28, 29, 30 and up, everybody's got kids, man. It's almost to the point where it's just like if you trying to it's hard to find a girl with no kids, man, that's shaking and moving and shit, you know?
Um, yeah, it seems like a lot of girls that don't have kids seem like they be in the clubs. A lot of them be in the clubs, man. They
Yeah.
be in the because you think about it, a lot of them they can go out. They don't need no babysitter. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Easy for them to get out if you don't have no kids. So a lot of them will be out and about in the clubs, or they be in places where you don't be. You don't dwell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, you're right though, because the girls with no kids, they're in the club, and then you got the girls with the kids. Now, after like 2, 3 kids, now they ready to be a good woman and everything, but they coming to you with all this baggage. That's like,
Yeah.
damn, now you want to listen, but now you got a bunch of carry on that I gotta fucking take care of too. Like,
Uh,
damn,
so that's a ready-made family. If
yeah,
you if you get involved with her, and man, I I wouldn't do it.
ah man,
My mom put me on that years ago when I was like a teenager.
mm. Yeah, you
Like,
can't do that, man.
yeah, you can't.
You're
You,
gonna struggle.
I know guys that did it. I know guys that dated women with 2 kids and got married to them and had a third kid.
How they looking?
Struggle, struggle. And then they
I
call
bet they
me.
regret it too.
I don't know. I didn't get into that. But I was like, you knew what you was getting involved with. Yeah,
Mm.
you just got emotional and everything. And I don't think a lot of these women, emotion ain't got nothing to do with it. Love ain't got nothing to do with it.
Mm.
They were already struggling before you met them. If they got 2 and 3 kids, regardless if they were married or not, it don't matter. But if they were single, 2, 3 kids, she got an apartment or a house. That woman ain't got no damn money. That woman struggling with them damn kids. Don't let nobody fool you.
Yeah,
Some of these women, sure, they have a lot of opportunities. She might have more than one income. In most cases, no. She might have a decent paying job. Could be. But she's still struggling with them damn kids.
yeah, and
It ain't just because of the money. She's struggling. It's time, it's effort, it's you got to help them with the schoolwork. You got to take them to school. You got to cook for them. Man, that shit will burn them women out.
yeah. And you know what it is though, sharp game too, is when you do stuff like that. I mean, I'm not knocking the guys out. I'm just saying for me, obviously for you, I mean, that's not gonna be fine. But the thing is that you gotta ask yourself too, as a single dude with no kids getting involved with a girl, like, are you gonna be able to live your life how you wanted to live it? Like, do you think you can live your life to the fullest and make those moves with a girl with 2 or 3 kids? You know what I'm saying? Or do you think you're not gonna be able to do that and you're gonna be struggling? You know what I'm saying? You only get one life, man. You know?
If that woman got 2 kids, you better do everything you want before you get with her.
Shark
From
game.
from, from a career standpoint, or yeah, from a career standpoint, or from a uh, just making moves, major moves standpoint.
Mm.
Because when you get with that woman with them 2 kids, 2, 3 kids, y'all not gonna be able to move. Y'all not gonna be able to plan. Planning with a family is very difficult. It's not as easy as being single.
Yeah.
If you,
It's shark game.
huh?
Wait, what you say?
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but the thing is like when you said making moves and whatnot, do it before you meet them. But the thing is like all those moves that you did before you met them, and then you get with them, all those moves was for nothing because you're just gonna be struggling anyway. You know what I'm saying? Not for nothing, but the benefits that you work for. I mean,
It could be. Could be. In most cases, the answer is yes.
yeah,
So, but you put yourself at a disadvantage, though. In a situation like that, as a young man, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I would never do it. I never did it. I didn't do it when I was in my 20s and 30s, and I wouldn't do it now
facts.
because
I hear you.
the kids are expensive.
Mm,
And plus it takes a lot. The take care of a household with kids. It takes a lot to take care of a household if you're single or if it's just you and her. with no kids. So just think about how much it takes, how much time, energy, effort, income it takes with you and her and kids. It's, it's, a, it takes a lot, you know.
True.
And now I know a lot of people, maybe a lot of guys don't realize that until they get in it. And but now you've committed to that. I mean, I like to think you committed to it. You know, you moved in there with her. Obviously, there's some level of commitment. Maybe it might not necessarily be like full commitment, but it's some type of commitment there. You move in with this woman. You got married there. So now it's like, once you in it, I guess you have to do the best you can, especially if you got her pregnant again with kids. So now you locked in now. So when them bills come in, she gonna be looking at you like, hey, this is $500.
You got this, right?
And then you're gonna be looking like, God, you know, my job don't pay. That's over half of my check right there. So now you gotta get you gotta get a second job, or you gotta do something on the side. See, that's the part that a lot of guys don't. They don't do the numbers. You
Damn,
know,
all that for
kind of
some
like
luck.
they see some guys hustle backwards. They jump in first, then when the bills start coming, then they'd be like, okay, how I'm gonna pay this stuff? No, no, you're only making it hard on yourself when you do it that way. No, you got to plan things out first in advance. Now I know you can't plan everything out. You're gonna have to make some adjustments. But in this case, you can plan this out.
Yeah, writing is on the wall, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I
You know,
feel it.
you just gotta make this. You gotta make decisions that's best for you. You gotta think for yourself. Don't. It's not just about how you feel. It's not about getting emotion. It's not about just love. It's more to it than that. Love is a verb. Love is an action. You know, love is about that action. It's not just an emotion. How you feel one day. If it's about how you feel every day, well, the next day you might not say. You might say, "Hey, I don't love you today."
Yeah, exactly. Feeling here today, gone tomorrow, man.
Yeah, there's like people will say, "Oh, you can't help who you love." No, that's not true. No, no. That's not on a in this society because everything is all shallow and materialistic and watered down, and everything is shiny and icy in this society. But no, you can if you love somebody, it ain't got nothing to do with them. Very little, very little, very little. You might say you love them as a person and whatever, and that's cool. But you made a decision to love that person, and it had very little to do with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And if they leave you a couple years, there's no such thing as falling out of love. This is craziness. It's it doesn't make any sense. How you mean fall out of love? Either you are or you aren't, or you never was.
exactly. You never was loving that person.
Yeah, it's like it's people that I met like years ago, like my exes or whatever. I still feel something for them. I don't have anything against them, but we ain't gonna be together no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make any sense. People say, it's only at the end of the day, you have it's only unconditional love. It's either, and that's between the parent and the child, and then you have the other version of unconventional love, which is a process between a man and a woman, but that takes years. That takes years. And
Mm-hmm.
seeing this society doesn't support that.
No.
So, I mean, because we live in a transactional society, because see, most women, even some guys, but especially women, they look at relationships kind of like a vacation.
Mm.
See, if we
Yep.
ain't having a good time all the time, going to Atlanta on the weekend, or going into Florida at the resort, or going to Jamaica. If we ain't
Mm.
doing that once a year, having a good time, drinking, smoking, doing whatever y'all do for entertainment, if we ain't doing that, this ain't fun.
Yep.
This
Yeah.
sucks.
It's true, man. It's true.
It's
People live in a paradise world, bro.
but see, here's the deal. It's two sides to everything. That's the A side. That's the good time, holidays, spend friends and time with friends and family. You might take a trip every once in a while. That's the good. What about the other side? What about
Mm.
those? You might have to take her to the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning when you don't have to work. She might have to stay up with the baby until 4 o'clock in the morning, and she got to be to work at 8:30. You know, I mean, she might get sick. The kids might get sick. Uh, your parents might get sick. Her parents might get sick, and you got to go to the hospital, check up on either parents, or you might have to move one of the parents in with y'all. You know, or all kind of stuff. See, that's the side that nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, people say, or maybe when it comes to income, you might not have enough money coming in. And now what you gonna do? You have to do something on the side, and that's gonna take time, energy, etc. And all kind of stuff could happen. But see, that's the side that most people don't want to talk about, and they get caught off guard, and then they be whining and complaining, talking about, well, I ain't signed up for this and all this craziness. And see, most people never really commit to anything anyway,
Right.
and that's the problem right there.
Yeah.
It's like they act like they're on a vacation. They treat relationships like it's a vacation.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy, but that's how our society is today as a whole, man. For the most part, if we're not, if you meet someone in the beginning, it's always good. Honeymoon stage, things like that, everything's good. But just
Oh
like you
yeah.
said, when something goes wrong, family wise, argument, or relationship, people are quick to bail, man. Ain't no one's trying to really stick around for that, man. And I
Oh yeah.
mean, that's
Oh
a
yeah.
hundred
Yeah.
percent true.
Yeah. It always starts off well in the beginning. Um,
Always, man.
when you meet somebody, you can meet somebody today, and next month y'all be having a good time. I mean,
Sense.
y'all have a good time, boy. You might hit it every weekend. Next 3 4 weekends, hit it every weekend, boy. She come over, you come over,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden y'all have a disagreement about something. Or maybe she didn't like what you said, or you didn't like what she said, and all of a sudden you call her one day, she won't answer the phone.
Yep. That's
And
how it
then a
goes.
couple of days go by, and like, yo, how come you answer the phone? I ain't gonna talk to you. Then she said, well, I'll talk to you later. You hang up
Yep.
with her, you might not hear from her for 3 months. I'm like, damn, yo, what? Is it that serious? We can't sit down and talk about it? No. You know why? Because she wasn't raised like that. She wasn't raised
Mm.
to sit down and talk about anything because her parents wasn't like that. They basically would just cut people off and move on to the next one.
Yep.
Or they would, or maybe she was raised in a household where her parents would just not talk to each other.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? For weeks, probably months.
Facts.
So that's probably what she saw when she was growing up. But you, on the other hand, maybe in your household, yeah, of course, they're gonna be always gonna be disagreements. But you saw your parents sit down and talk about things, but she doesn't see it like that,
No.
and that's where the problem comes in at.
Yeah, and no, you're right. And the other problem too is like it's so crazy because at the time people know they shouldn't even be getting involved with this person, and they still do it anyway. If it's because of looks, because of money, whatever it is, and they put themselves in the position knowing the outcome is not going to be good, but the short time of having fun and affection and shit, they let that little tiny piece of the puzzle determine everything. You know what I'm saying? Knowing it's going to end bad. You know?
Yeah, this is why you gotta look at both sides before you like get involved. It's kind of like, I mean, you're never gonna know everything in the beginning, but you you can see the writings on the wall in most cases. Because if this
Mm-hmm.
person was, if they grew up in a household where their parents was yelling and screaming as a form of communication, and now they're yelling and screaming at you, and you asking, hey, why you be yelling like that? Why you get why you raise your voice every time
Mm-hmm.
somebody says something you don't like? And she'll say, well, that's my parents did the same thing. But
Mm-hmm.
you, on the other hand, you stay calm. I mean, if you feel yourself getting huffy and puffy, you would just say, hey, we'll talk about that later or whatever. But her, on the other hand, no, she got to talk about it right now.
Yep.
So it's both sides. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like this. It's kind of like if you want to work out, you want to get in shape, right?
Yep.
Now, on one side, you have your arms will get bigger. You might, if you want to have a six pack, you can get that. If you want to work on your legs, you can get that. Work on your back, you can get that. But the other side of it is you're gonna be sore.
Mm.
You're gonna be sore. I'm sore 7 days a week from working out.
I
See,
feel you.
that's the other side. So you got to look at both sides. Now, if you want a six pack, oh, well, I'm not trying to get a six pack, but I'm saying I've heard people talk about how they felt the next day when because after you do those crunches and all the stuff they be doing, their stomach gets sore, the ribs sore, the back sore. So some people say, man, I couldn't take the soreness no more. So I say, hey, okay, that's the other side. If you can't take that soreness, maybe having a six pack ain't for you. If you
Yeah.
can't take the soreness all over your body, maybe working out ain't for you. So
True.
you can apply that to relationships. If you can't take put up with this person's habits, their way of doing things, their way of communicating, maybe that person ain't for you. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So
I,
I mean, in the beginning, you might not catch it in the first 2 to 3 months because that's when most people put the best foot forward, so to speak.
mm.
But 6 months, you see it, you see it.
Mm.
But six to 9 months, you know if you want to be around this person long term or not.
It's true.
Yeah,
That's true. It's all like it just like for me it just all goes back, it just all ties into what you really want out of life and what you require from somebody, for whoever you're talking to, whoever you want to be with, so it's like if you're not requiring anything, then yeah, then you know what, being with people that you know are with you for the wrong reasons, or you're with them for the wrong reasons, it's not gonna really bother you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not requiring anything from them or yourself. And I mean, like I said, it all starts with you. So it's really your own game, man. It's just how you play it.
Exactly. Let's see
We
what's
hey
going on.
Sharkane, we can paint them the picture. We can paint them all the picture, but we can't tell them where to hang it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Let's see,
Yeah,
let's see what's going on in the chat.
yeah. What they up to in there?
John. John said, I'm at work. Put this on Patreon. Oh, okay. What up, Jude? What up, Jordan? Uh,
And John's at work watching this. Shout out to you, John. You at work getting that money.
hey, the
Listen to this
fireman.
game.
Hey, the fireman, yo. Going back to the Most High, I'll have to lay the law of the household. Yeah, that's true, Jordan. I agree that it's why so many relationships with someone from overseas don't work out. One spouse never took the time to understand the other spouse's culture. Yeah, that's true. The long distance thing relationship, I never really believed in that.
No, I didn't either.
I never really believed in that. Thing about long distance is it's very difficult to get to know the other side of the family. It's kind of like I'm at a distance and I can only see you and hear you. I don't know anything about your family. I don't know how you grew up. Maybe I've seen pictures of your parents. That's all I know. So, but even if I go to see your parents, it's like, okay, I meet you the first time. I still don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like, if you really, in order for that to ever work, I would have to be, I would have to be near in that same town, in that same city,
Exactly.
before I get married or anything like that. That just doesn't work. Now,
No.
assuming that the parents is still alive. Now, if the parents is dead, oh well, you
Mm,
know, that's nothing you can do about that. You
yeah.
know.
If not, you jumping in with a blindfold, man. You're not knowing what you're
Yeah,
gonna get.
exactly. So that's the same thing to me when the parents is living. If you're trying to do a long distance thing, but it's even worse if the parents is deceased. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Yeah.
Because she can say anything if the parents is deceased.
Mm-hmm.
She can say anything. It's like and a lot of times there's this myth that if the girl is from a first world country, that somehow it's all good. No,
Mm.
no. But the girls from a first world country are doing the same thing that the girls doing in the third world country.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ain't none no better. They just know
Mm-mm.
how to cover up things and hide it and present themselves in a way that's I don't know, maybe looks good in your eyes.
Yeah.
And we keep it real. I look at it like this. Not all these women, but the majority. If she was so good, if she was such a damn woman, you would have never met her in most cases.
Mm. Fact.
If you were the best thing smoking, you would have never came to America for no job. You would have stayed where you was at. So see, a lot of these women will come over here and they be high on that horse, acting like where they came from, like they had it going on. Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
did. This is the most money you ever made in your life when you came over here. You got
Mm.
a car, your own place with no roommates. You decent paying job. Yeah, you can basically do whatever you want without your parents looking over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best you ever lived. This is the most freedom you ever had in your life. So let's stop playing these games. But they come over here acting like like they're living a life. I'm like, you might be living a life compared to where you came from, but you're
Mm,
not doing anything special.
yeah.
You're not.
That's true.
So a lot of them will play that game, act like they're better than the rest of us just because they came from someplace else. I'm like, man, I've been to your country. I've been to your town, your city where you from. You claim you from. I wasn't impressed. Oh, God. And
Oh,
I tell them, girl, don't blame me. Play bingo.
oh man, yeah, they'll try to get a fast one on you, shot game. That's why I say, regardless of where they come from, you still need to meet the parents because no matter what country they came from, the parents raised them, and the way they act. You know what I'm saying? Some of that trickles down from how they were raised. So no matter what culture or region they live in, it's always good to be meeting the parents, just so you can sort of see how their upbringing and whatnot.
Exactly. What up, Braveheart? What up, no? What up, Blackheart? What up, James? Yeah, exactly. It's not necessarily what country you're from. It's really how you were raised, how you were uh socially and culturally socialized. Really,
Mm.
that's what it's really all about. See, a lot of guys think just because she's from China or Japan, oh, it's all good. I don't want the girl that's from Thailand or the Philippines. They're horrible. I'm like, not necessarily.
No,
I don't see it. It just depends on the person. As a matter
exactly.
of fact, there's some girls that come from the Philippines. When they come over here, they work hard. They go hard over here.
Mm.
They be on their grind over here. And the other girls from say China, Japan, they come over here lazy, entitlement, full of entitlement, lazy, think somebody owed them something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm like, so it really depends on how they were raised, you know, in most cases. But there's a huge entitlement compared to like someone from China versus someone that's from the Philippines. No doubt about it.
Mm.
The person that comes from China, more than likely, they have a sense of entitlement based on,
The culture and things like that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and family, whatever. See, the person that comes from the Philippines, they, they more than likely they were struggling before they got here.
Yeah,
Because
so they're more humble. Yeah.
yeah, and so that when they come here, they on the grind. They're not really
Mm.
looking for anybody to give them anything. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
That's the difference. So it's like even if you look out for them, they'll be grateful, but they'll put the work in. The
Yeah.
person girl that's from China, Japan, she ain't really trying to put no work in like that.
No.
You know, I mean, she she might bust it open,
Mm-hmm.
but a woman that busts it open, she's lazy
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's fast money.
That's the easy way out, man. Fast
Yeah,
company.
it's just a hoe is lazy. That's a reality.
It's hard out in these street shark game.
It is, but that's the lowest common denominator, though.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you can go on Instagram and post up pictures if you and build up a following if you get that desperate.
Mm.
But that's the long game, though. But it takes effort to do that. But if you want to bust it open, that's just one transaction,
Yeah.
and you never see the person again.
Crazy, man.
That's laziness.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so you just have to. I think a lot of guys just have to see women for who they are, and all women aren't the same. You have some women that they carry themselves a certain type of way, and they might bend, but they're not gonna break.
Mm.
But then you have some women, which is the majority, they'll do anything.
Yeah.
They'll do anything.
Yeah. Most women in survival mode, man.
Yeah, and that's sad. But still, even then, at some point, there has to be a line. There has to be a line. It's like, look, yeah, I need the money. Yeah, I need the job. But I'll find another way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, I've been in situations where I'm like, okay, if I smash this woman, I know more than likely I'll continue to work here. But I was like, man, I'm good. I'll find another way. You know what I'm saying? So it's on the individual, but I know that if people are put in certain positions and the pressure is on, they'll take the bait. I understand that. I
Mm.
understand. This is like a lot of these women that are entertainers, actresses or whatever. The you know the the what they call that thing, huh? The couch, the
The we,
yeah. A lot of these women. What's that guy? The white guy that got charged for Harvey Weinstein. Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein. Okay, all right. Yeah, yeah.
The casting couch, it does exist. The
Mm.
casting couch does exist. So, there's a lot of women that will bust it open because they want to get into movies and get record deals and all that stuff. That stuff exists.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But but you have women that come through the door and they say, who I gotta screw and lay down with to get the deal, to get whatever I need to do to get paid and become famous, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Some women that'll do it. And then if things don't work out, then you know, they'll say, hey, he molested me, raped me, whatever. That happens, you know. But there's always another way. That's all I'm trying to say.
Ah, you're right. You're right, man.
The easy way is not always the best way.
Facts. Some of the most hardest things, man, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes time, man. It takes time and dedication. If everything was so easy, then you know what I'm saying, we'd have everything all figured out. But that's why you gotta work hard, man. It's easy as a woman to walk through the doors and be like, all right, you know what I'm saying, who I gotta sleep with to get to the top, or you know what I'm saying, some dude just coming in and being like, hey, you know what I'm saying, which one of you girls I gotta pop off to, that's easy, man. Anybody can do that. It's just that's why you gotta use your head and be smart about it, your decisions.
Exactly. So hey, PS, by the way, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it, and go check out my Patreon, man. So any last words, man?
Nah, man, I think we covered that, man.
All right. So again, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it. Go check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. Until next time, we out.